Hi sunshines, go back to our channel. I'm Taylor Ann.
And I'm Lorianne.
And together we are Mad Curls. And welcome to another Mad Curls video. This video's kind of like impromptu. It was your idea, but I think it's a good idea. Like, we're just gonna sit down, chit chat. You have already seen by the title what we're gonna be talking about. We just both recently got our highlights redone, and I feel like we have, I don't want to say so many, but we do have videos on this channel talking about our highlights. We even have a video showing the process.
Right.
I think the time I got the full slab.
Right.
Meaning, like, I got a full head of highlights last year.
Because they come in like mini, partial, and then full.
Which we found out is like the amount of like foils they use, because we
Exactly.
get foiled highlights. We don't get pintura, where they take curl and paint it, and like we don't get that done. But we'll like explain the process. We'll explain what we did to our hair before we got it done, what she did to our hair, and then our care after we get our highlights done. Because we've been highlighting our hair for years, and sometimes people are like, oh my god, highlights, bleach, my curls kind of thing. But we've been doing it for years with relatively no issues.
Right. So we want to just be candid and share this experience, this time that we've done it, our experience here, and the process of what we went through, and the ups and downs of it all.
Yeah.
And we're often asked about the uniqueness kind of our hair, and like they're so similar. You know, everything like we do is kind of like similar.
Yeah. Planned
sometimes and unplanned other times.
Right.
But anyway, we just thought it would be a great time to have a brand new video, the updated version of our brand new highlights.
Yeah. So let's start with why we wanted to get highlights. Anyway, like what we don't like say, okay, it's 6 months, let's get some new highlights.
No.
It's a year, let's get some new highlights. Like, we kind of do our highlights when we feel the urge, like like we notice our hair and we're like, okay, we need something's going on here. So what made you feel like it was time for you to get highlights?
I felt that it was the summer. Number one, you always think of summer, you think of sunlight, you think of highlights are supposed to give you the impression that the sun is hitting your hair in certain parts. You know, like when you are a child and you're running around in the sun and the sun just kind of like hits your head a certain part. Our hair was always kind of like extra light when we were younger, and that was just, you know, the indoors and outdoors and playing in the sun. So I felt like it was summer. I felt that my hair was in enough of a great shape, healthy shape, that it was time to do the highlights, because we have been doing these deep conditioning treatments every week. We have the treatment Tuesday videos. So I felt that my hair looked really good. It was not shedding a lot, and I felt I started seeing more dark parts. Like if you look at it now, it seems to be highlighted, not so much pieces of it like the sun was hitting pieces. It almost seems like an overall lightness to my hair.
Right.
And so that's kind of like, was I going for that? I don't know. You know?
We never really know what we're going for.
We never know.
We just go in for highlights. For me, the past couple of months, at least I would say 2 months, I've been complaining about how my full slab has come down, because I got my highlights done a year ago, April 2018. I got a full head of highlights. My hair was very blonde all over, but that has since grown out. I would say it grew out to about here, and so all this was very dark brown, and then it was just very bright blonde here, and on top of that I had the bangs, and I still kind of had the bangs. They've been brought down a little bit by the bleach, and it was just looking very awkward, and it was making me not like the bangs. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know whether it was the bangs or like, because I had said that I wanted to let my color grow. I said no more highlights, and I said that like no more highlights, but I couldn't do the hairstyle of the bangs and the two-tone colors of my hair. Just, it was way too harsh.
Let's just stop right there. Let's just kind of like break down this whole journey of these highlights. It's like kind of like this video. Let's go in depth of the experience. And I think so. Let's take that full slab that you went there. I offered to pay for the highlights. I saw the menu, and I just assuredly knew that we were going to both get partial. Partial at the time ran for about $90 per head. Okay, and so I was like, okay, and then plus you tip. All right, and so I was like, okay, I can handle that. When we got there, you were offered the full slab because our stylist was a master stylist, and she is extremely excited about hair and doing new things and new techniques and always training and always updating her expertise. So she saw this full head, like a muse almost, and she's just like, you want to do the full? Well,
I had shown her a picture and I said, this is what I want, and she was like, this is a full. The girl's hair in the picture was so blonde. She was like, this is a full head of highlights, and she's like, do you want me to do the full? And so I said, as you'll see in the video, I said yes. Do the full, like do the full. And
she looked like the 10 man, and maybe you'll interject a picture of that, okay? She looked like the 10 man, and so, and it took a very long time. And so mine was done. I had deep conditioned my hair all of that, and I was still like basically waiting and waiting, like let's go, and your hair was still like the foils were in, you were still baking under the dryer, all of that. And so I said, you know what, it was getting late, the lights were going down, and I said, let me just go pay for this, and then I'll come back. And I went to go pay, and when I went to go pay, I realized that the full was not like a house special or anything. I paid full price for full head of highlights. And when I came back, I'm like, it's like one thing to ask your child you want to treat them to something. I mean, like we're adults,
it was a treat,
you know, so it's not like she's a little kid, you know.
And I
her
jumped
mother,
out the window,
and I'm like, I had no. And you're like, are you upset? I am
so
furious.
yeah, you were so mad. You were so mad. But the highlights were sickening, and like we all kind of like coined it as the full slab, because we called it the full slab, like a full rack of
the
ribs.
MADCURLS fam,
Yeah,
the OG
full
fam
slab.
called you full slab
Because like my highlights were so intense, like it made your hair look jet black.
Yeah.
Like it looked like you had no highlights in your hair.
Like just dulled in comparison. I couldn't find not even one highlight at that time. It seemed like my hair, actually the highlights that they did have almost like sunk back in.
Yeah.
My hair simply didn't look highlighted.
Although in hindsight, like I loved the way it looked, but it did take a toll on my hair throughout the year.
Yes.
Those highlighted parts were the first ones to shed. They were the driest. So I tell people, like, you know, you may see me like on the video doing the full slab. We laugh about the full slab, but if you're going to get highlights, I don't recommend you get a full head of highlights. Like start slow and work your way up, which is what I've done for years with this stylist. I always got a partial, but for some reason I was just like, yeah, woo, do the full slab.
It's
and no,
almost
don't
like
do that.
Where we watch this drama channel, and I love it when she's like, you know, some people complain about this, some people complain about that. She says, pick a struggle. It's almost like on this natural hair journey. Pick a journey. You're either going to go natural and do it healthy, or you're going to like kind of like be into straightening your hair and highlighting it and playing with your hair like you wanted. That's your journey you want to take. Experiment with your hair. To do both flawlessly is something to master, okay? I feel at this point in this journey, we've been here about 9 years on this journey, sometimes 10, some videos say 8, I don't remember.
Between 8 and 10.
Years, okay? I think that we have mastered it. This particular highlight treatment, absolutely did we master the health of our hair. You cannot see one area of problem with my hair, and this is the second day. Like I was last night at the salon, okay, having them done again, and I'll explain why. And for me to be done twice in less than a week, highlights, hard highlights, and my hair to be this healthy, the curl definition is unbelievable in my hair. So I think we definitely know how to take care of our hair. We mastered that. We, in particular, the two of us, can pick the journey of
and I feel
both.
like our stylist knows how far to go.
Yes.
She knows how far to push our hair, and so like that's kind of the cool thing about being with somebody for so long. Like she knows how far to go. So yeah, that was the reason you felt like your hair was getting dark. I didn't like the different colors in my hair, so we were like, let's go get some highlights. We both got partials, which our stylist says it's the number of like foils in your hair. So I would guess like a mini is like a few foils, like in the front she said. A partial is like, you know, foils kind of throughout. You definitely see the highlights, and a full is just like the full rack, like like you see. It's just a lot of foils in your hair. So we both got partials, which is what we've always gotten.
And we were also banking on the fact that we often tell people when they say, I want to get my hair highlighted, what do you think? I'm so scared. And I'm like, be prepared for your curl pattern to change. Temporarily, probably for a week. Our curl pattern this time around did not change at all. You were banking on it. You were praying that it would change.
I was, because I was like, I want these bangs to come down. And I remember last year that I got my hair cut in November 2017, and by when did I got my April. By April, when I got the full slab in, my hair came down, and I was able to flip it to the side from that point on. This side, this time I'm happy, I guess, that I can do the middle part. They came down a bit. They came down a little bit.
Yeah,
so okay, all right. But yeah, no, it does definitely stretch your curl pattern out. All right. So we went and got them done.
Right. This is gonna be a lot of talking. You are going to have to allow me to have a sip of coffee.
I went first. How our stylist does not do like textured hair, like natural hair. She's not like she's like, you know, she doesn't want her name like up there being pushed as like she's somebody who does like curly hair, that kind of thing. We've just been with her for so long that she like, I don't want to say humors us, but like she does our highlights for us.
When we talk about her and mention her, we will. She didn't say don't give my name, but she says make it like kind of be known that she will receive people as a consultation.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have known of MADCURLS fam that has come to her, that has traveled quite far to come to her. However, but she will have to consult, and she's making no promises because she is not parading around the flag of being the natural hair community ambassador for highlights, not at all in any way, shape, or form. She doesn't want that. It's a lot of responsibility because we understand that when my hair was straight, I would go there and get a $55 haircut. Now that my hair is curly, I go to a salon and they're charging me
like over $100.
Yeah, for a haircut.
Yeah, anything curly hair, natural hair is definitely more expensive than somebody who's going to get something done with straight hair because it's harder.
Yeah.
It's harder. The texture is harder to deal with. Even for us, we go with our hair prepped. So first things first, our hair is prepped, meaning my hair was clean and it was detangled. I had my hair in 4 twists, 2 here, 2 in the back. My hair was completely detangled and dry when I sat in the chair, and she just undid the twist and put them in.
I've often heard and seen in our comments strong comments that said, well, if a person's a stylist, they should be good at everything. They should know how to cut curly hair. So for her to make you guys straighten out your hair, she does not. We just separate it and detangle it. Even as naturals, it's difficult for us to detangle our own hair.
People charge for detangling. Even natural stylists, like if your hair is like too hard, they will charge you.
Yeah,
I have seen that on menus, on things.
It's difficult. So for that, so I believe that I ascribe to the fact, master, if you're a master of everything, you're jack of all trades, master of nothing, I feel. So I'm glad that she's honest. I'm glad that she says that her expertise lies in hair that is not textured. Okay, that's just not her expertise. She feels that she can handle ours because she has known me. I've been going to her probably every bit of, I've been back in Connecticut for 17 years, and I think I was going to her before I moved to California when I was younger, and then I came back, and for the last 17 years I've been back with her. She has seen me with relaxed hair. She's cut my hair. She was one that big chopped my hair. She's seen all the phases. She saw the hair, the hormonal problems, all my hair falling out, all of that. She's been there throughout the whole journey. So she knows the texture of my hair, and she can definitely handle the texture of my hair. But she's not like looking for customers. I'm not going to be putting her name, flashing it up right now to say this is where you go, this is the number to call, because she's not looking for customers. At all.
I mean, if you're like really serious about it, then like reach out like to us, and like we can like talk about it, and like we'll see. But like she's not like you said, waving around like the natural hair community flag, like come to me, I want all the customers. Like that's not her. So but yeah, so all I went in there for basically was her to put some highlights up here. I was a little tentative because I did have the full slab still in my hair, my ends, and I was like, how is she gonna pick up a strand and just paint the top and like not paint the bottom? So I really thought I was gonna have some damage in my hair, but it really didn't happen. And she actually like put some at the top. Obviously you can see that my highlights are now back at the top of my head, and she also put some like throughout, so it just blends evenly. So she doesn't just like do the bare minimum and say goodbye. Like she like really like does it for me. So she put them all throughout, so it would just all blend nicely. And so my hair is now all back looking like one. Like it looks even.
I like it.
It looks even.
Like
she evened it out. And it's not as bright, which is something I noticed when it was dry, because before I felt like my highlights were kind of like bam in your face. I feel like they were toned down a little bit. Like I don't know if it happened during the toning process, because they're bleached and then they get toned. And
yours looked almost like hay.
It was so blonde, it was almost like hay, but I feel like it looks healthy. It's like a healthy color. It's light. You can still see there is highlights in it. There's like some frizz going on here because really humid out today. But it's definitely not damaged from the bleach at all. Do you want to talk about your process, and then we can talk about like once we were done what we went in with too?
Okay, so my thing is, and I always stress on the channel, that blonde highlights are not copper, they are not orange. When people say they dyed their hair blonde, sometimes I look because their hair is copper as a penny and it's very orange, and I always like the very blonde yellow, lemon yellow, and then you tone it to ash blonde, okay, and you see those beautiful ash blonde highlights. So that was the look that I was going for. And so I went there, and I think the moment she started taking the foils out, I think she started seeing exactly what I don't want, that orangey look. So then she kind of started saying things like, your hair's a little bit warmer than I expected, but it will lighten up, okay? It will lighten. So she said, so go home and give it a few days and it will lighten. Well, I didn't kind of really like those instructions, because I'm looking at my hair, I'm seeing it, and I didn't think that it was going to lighten.
Your hair was the color of Doggy. If you guys know Doggy, like it was really like red.
It was very
orange.
auburn, very orange, very copper. It's at the phase that I would start using the IGK drops. I would start trying to tone it with the purple shampoo. But to me, it was even beyond that kind of help. or nor did I feel like I should have to do all of that on a brand new highlighting job if it were like toned to with the right color that I wanted. So I came home and immediately I started texting when I came home, and I went in the mirror and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is what I tell the MADCURLS fam. This is not highlights. This is copper penny. This is highlights gone bad. This is highlights that have not processed to the full extent and then toned. Like when people go for highlights, or when they do them at home by themselves, they put in the bleach and then they take it out too soon. So when you are trying to pull out the layers of dark brown hair or brown hair, medium brown, all of that, when your hair has the base of being warm, your highlights will go to orange. You don't stop at orange. You keep processing it. I don't know the exact explanation exactly, but what I'm saying is, try to follow me here because I'm trying to follow myself, that it starts off at brown, and then I think the next level maybe is like this orange, and most people stop it there. People that are home and really don't know what they're doing. But if you're in a professional salon, that's what we always say, go to a salon. They take it to that next level because they know exactly when to stop it. If they're good, they'll take it to that next level, and then you get that lemon yellow. Okay, it's almost like an abnormal yellow, and then you tone that, and that's when you get that ash blonde.
Yeah, it's all in the toning.
It's all in the toning. So when she took out all the foils and all of that, my hair was that horrible copper penny orange that I didn't want, and then she said go home and they'll lighten it. But I knew, guys, I read up on things, whatever. I just knew. So immediately I told her. She said come right back in. So I went in
like 2 days later.
However, in my reading I saw that don't tone them, because I figured maybe she would just like slap some toner in and try to bring them back. But I knew that it was not going to take toner to do this. I knew that she would have to re-bleach, go hard again, re-bleach those areas that were copper penny, start all over again, re-bleach them, and bring them back to that, bring them to that lemon yellow phase, then tone them. So I started worrying. We are now Tuesday. When you guys see this, this will be Wednesday. But so this is Tuesday. So yesterday, Monday, I started texting her, and I had an appointment for 6:45 because I got them done Saturday. And I said, are you going to be able to re-bleach them? I heard that you cannot bleach them earlier than like a week, like 7 days. I said, it's only been, what, 2 days and Saturday. So I said, if you're not thinking, I said, in your professional opinion, do you think that you can re-bleach these, go hard, lemon yellow, and then tone them to that ashy blonde? And she said, yes, come on and I'll see you at 6:45. So I went in, and I believe that she did do that. However, when she was taking the foils out again, she again started saying, what did you do differently this time? Because they're just not pulling through. Tay saw it at the time. She looked and she gave me like a look through her like glasses, I saw. And I had to admit, in the mirror, I started seeing, I could see the future of them. I could see that they were probably going to reach that phase, but I'm not willing to do anything more.
Yeah, I was like, don't bleach them again. Like, you're asking for trouble now. Like, stop with
I don't
bleach.
know if they translate.
To me, looking at you sideways, it is very ashy.
Okay.
It's very ashy over here and in the back of your head.
All
this one is, this piece right here is white. Y'all see this piece?
Yeah, that is.
It is white.
Yeah, there are things, I think, I see prospects. It
has dimension.
Yeah,
it has different dimensions.
It's a lot. Like, so this is
but
why
you
we
got
always
yours done
say,
twice.
Yeah. So I said, and you never write down what you do, Christine. I said, so how am I ever going to remember? She said twice bleach. She said, and what'd she say? And once toned.
Once toned.
That was the thing that we got stuck on. Because basically the two of us, we've known each other for years, everybody's trying to pass the buck, everybody's trying to have the blame game, okay? So she's like, well, what did you do? And I'm like, nothing different.
Like, what did you do?
Right, what did you do?
What did you do?
And so she's like, well, you guys test a lot of products. Like, what do you test? I said, we do nothing other than just like deep conditioners. I said shampoos, co-washes. I said nothing that could affect this. However, I mentioned the word that on Saturday about henna. I was talking about the Soultanicals henna. And
she was talking about henna, but she didn't know that you had done henna.
Mm-hmm.
But you actually had done that henna treatment. Remember the one guys that had her hair like straight? We did it on the channel, and she said like henna is no joke.
She said, I refuse to do anyone's hair with bleach. She said that's henna in their hair. She said because it will fry the head or something. And so I said to myself, like, interesting. And so
in all our years of highlighting and stuff, that was like the first time you'd ever used the henna treatment. So I'm like, that could have been something.
Did that prevent
something different?
I said, but it was the Soultanicals henna that we did. I forget
the
hentonite
mainstay,
right?
Hentonite,
and it's no color henna. It was just more of like a healthy treatment. It wasn't like I hennaed it auburn or copper or anything. It was no no color. So I don't know if that kind of prevented it, because she said it stays in your hair. That's why you have to only do it like once a month or something like that. So she said that's why, because it will stay in your hair.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that prevented it to being pulled all the way to that lemon blonde. I don't know. But I do know that when my hair started getting rinsed out the second time yesterday, Taylor said all she saw was strings in the back, just strings. Like my curl pattern was gone, just strings. And she would say to herself, if it doesn't work and my mother doesn't like it, that's too bad. Like, get back on the channel, you have a job to do.
Yep.
All right, so you're not doing any more treatment.
Like, whatever color your hair is, that's it.
Right.
That's
so,
it.
All right, so that's it.
So that's it. Yeah. So she doesn't detangle her hair or do anything. We go in with our hair prepped, and when she's done and she does the glaze and like the toning and she rinses it out, she puts a towel on her head and it's like, goodbye. Like, right. So we always bring our own deep conditioners in with us. Should I start?
Yes.
This time I forget what other ones I used to bring, but these are the ones I brought this time. Okay. I brought the Miche Indulge deep conditioner, and I brought in the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair deep conditioning mask. Lately I've been mixing these two, and I just love the combination so much. I mix these two, and not a drop of damage, like not even a little bit. Like, I don't see not one string, not one dry patch. Again, this is humidity. But no shedding, no nothing. Like, I put this in immediately, left it in maybe for about like 30 minutes, rinsed it out. I did that on Saturday, and then I did another treatment again today. Today is Tuesday, and no heat or anything. I just walked around maybe for like an hour with the both of these in, rinsed it out, and styled my hair. Yeah,
your hair is soft, healthy, curl definition, no strings.
I'm very pleased.
No unevenness. I mean, unbelievable.
I'm very pleased. Nice, chunky, pretty curls. Like, it didn't. Typically I do get like some stringage, and it just didn't happen this time. I don't know why, but those are the deep conditioners that I do. What we do say is, if you're gonna color your hair, bleach it, deep conditioners on deck. Definitely the first like 2 weeks, go hard deep conditioning. Even like right away, immediately get a deep conditioner in your hair, moisturizing deep conditioner. At least for me. You did something different.
Yeah, it's almost like the luck of the draw. You know, you hate to say, but I like when people are honest. She said people will often come in and bring a picture when they were in their 20s, and they might now be in their 70s, and they'll say, I want my hair to look just like this. Well, it can't. You were in your 20s there. Your hair is different. My hair has been different in all phases of my life. In my 20s, my hair was thicker and healthier. When I had Spencer, when I was pregnant with him, my hair was thicker during the pregnancy. When I had Spencer, it all started coming out when he was 4 months old. Throughout the years, I've done so many different things. My hair just constantly keeps changing. I've looked at the videos since I've been on the channel, and at times my hair's looked thicker, at times it's looked thinner. Right. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever be able to achieve this again, because I kind of like it. Yeah. But I don't know. This is where I'm at right now on my journey in my life. All the different things I try, I cannot even remember the things, but this is where it's at today. And will I ever be able to mimic it again? I don't know. I mean, I really like it.
I mean, I've done everything to try to mimic like the full slab and that haircut. Like, I went, the first time I got it done at Utopia, my bangs, and then I got them done this time by Joe. Totally different haircut. Like, and I didn't even know bangs could be different. I thought maybe, last time I got that haircut, I got the full slab, brought my bangs down. This time, got the full slab, or I got highlights. It didn't bring my bangs down. Like, so, I keep trying to mimic that, and I can't mimic it. Like, your hair is just always, it's different. Yeah. So you try to mimic a haircut or mimic something, and it just doesn't work out. So,
and normally I don't know. See the damage. So after Saturday, I came home, and what I did was, after she did the highlights on Saturday, the orange and the copper, then I immediately went to the mirror and I brought this with me, the Camille Rose Jansyn's Moisture Max Conditioner, and just sectioned my hair and put this all through my hair on Saturday. And the health of my hair was fine. The color was very vibrant. Unfortunately for me, I was like, oh my gosh, there's no mistake in this. This is not going to take a few days. This color is here to stay. This copper is going to be here to stay on Saturday. And I was just so upset about it. But this,
you all slicked your hair back.
I did.
We were going out. She slicked her hair to ponytail.
Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't want anyone to see my hair. I said, I'm not filming. I said, because this right here is the color. I always tell everybody, if this is the color you have, those are not highlights. But it was so weird,
because we went to the mall, and we both got so many compliments. Like, me with my color and you with your copper. Like, we got so many compliments. A woman
said, oh my gosh. She said, I love your hair. And I'm like, really? I don't. And so she said, I love the color. I said, I just got it done today and I hate it. And so she said, really? She said, it's almost like an auburn. Oh no, please don't say auburn.
Like, you don't want auburn.
I said, no, it's supposed to be blonde. So I said, see, Taylor, and I said, you're auburn. So, but people were loving it, okay? So that's why yesterday when I went, and the color wouldn't quite pull to that lemon blonde, and it again kind of stopped shy of that lemon blonde, and it gave me some sort of a very unique blonde, auburn, copper, orange. I don't know.
It feels like every time you wash it, it gets lighter for some reason. Like this does not look as dark as it looked yesterday.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
It's really light. I mean, how much lighter do you want it,
that I did. Okay, so yesterday after the second dye job or bleaching job, then I had Afrotastic, as Adam used to say with a little boy, pond deck. All right, so I did that. Then I came home and I started thinking, IGK, because when I was trying to figure out how I can remedy this last weekend, I was Googling things and they said if your hair's orange, in order to pull it through, start doing these those purple shampoos and all of that. So I said, well, I really didn't want to do a whole purple shampoo because I didn't want to wet my hair to that extent, but I said the IGK drops. So once I came home, then I snatched up Miche because I wanted to put that protein in it, because you were saying that strings were hanging and you could not believe my hair when you saw it. You're like, Ma, you said, because you came upstairs kind of like fussing. You're like, I hope you're not doing anything else. You said, because this is a take, you are not getting anything else done, so I hope you like it. I said, hey, I love it. And I said, right now I'm in the process of putting in the Miche protein, and I said I'm mixing it with the purple drops, and so each section I would scoop up some Miche, pour in some purple drops, and put it through each section, because though I said I didn't feel like I should have to do that, try to tone it myself at home, those were some of the instructions on Google. If you're not quite happy with the toning, the level of toning, like I wanted it a little bit more ashy, it worked for me. So then today I styled my hair once I rinsed out all of that with, here I go and get CURLMIX. I grabbed the CURLMIX flaxseed gel, just a gel, not the moisturizer, just a gel. The green one, I think it was today, I did the softening one. And every time I did 2 pumps, I would put in 1 squirt of the IGK drops. Where are those drops? You have them. We have them. We did a video on those drops. And at a time like this, they came in so handy. And then I also heard that they just made blue ones.
Yeah,
and I didn't know that.
Brunette.
And I said I am brunette, and I know that blue was mentioned. I was about ready to go downstairs and get my blue food coloring because I felt like blue would help pull out that copper. But these did just fine because my hair is extremely ashy now. And you're saying sitting next to me, I'm thinking that I said tonight when we did this video, I said to put them in their best light, let's do it against brown, because I know brown always makes our highlights look really good. But I'm even seeing in the mirror here, just minus like the brown, like this, these are very ashy, and you're saying sitting next to me that they're very ashy. So
so it worked out.
So
but
that's
like
what we did.
Some tips for people who like want to get highlights. Definitely I would recommend doing it when your hair is healthy. We definitely weren't, you kind of big chop transitioned, I transitioned completely. We weren't getting highlights and color during that process. We kind of waited till our hair was completely healthy to start changing the color and dyeing it and all that kind of stuff. Definitely go to a professional, see their work, make sure they know what they're doing. I know sometimes our stylists will even say, people will say, you know Taylor Ann or Lorian, like, you're their stylist, we want what they have. Like, this was years of color on color on color on, like, highlights on highlights. Like, this didn't happen in one go. So, like, if a stylist tells you, oh, I can do that for you one round, your hair's about to be damaged.
And we talked about that.
It can't happen.
We talked about our subscribers. We talked about the DMs that we get and the emails that we get, and people asking who does our highlights, and they want to basically bring in our picture and have her mimic this. She cannot, and she's honest about that. I like that when people are honest. I don't like when someone says to me, oh yeah, I can do that, because that makes me feel like, okay, no, they just want my money, okay, because they know that they can't. So
yeah, definitely, like, you want to hear from a stylist if you bring our pictures in, like, this is gonna take a few times. So we, like I said yesterday, was like the time period when we were both passing the buck. Well, you did the henna. Well, I don't know if you toned it right. Okay, so we both knew that there was a problem here. And she said, as she was rinsing it, I heard those ominous words. Yeah, well, it still looks very warm. And I was just like, oh wow. Like, I'm like, I texted her all afternoon. I said I want it lemon yellow, and then you start toning it and all that. But it is what it is. My hair does have a very warm base. It might be almost impossible at times. She was very honest one time when you went red, and you wanted that red to come out, and I think you put jet black. Yes, I had red hair, and I said, okay, now I'm ready basically for this. I think I had red hair and you had this color, like a color like this. You started having the blonde highlights. I'm like, well, I want blonde highlights. And she was like, well, your blonde is about to be like strawberry blonde because you have all that red in there. So
you found someone, I think you went to another salon because she's so honest. So you went to someone that basically just hung up the shingle and that dyed your hair jet black. No dimension whatsoever.
She asked me if I wanted dimension. I didn't know what that meant, so I was like, no. And it was literally just matte black.
Yeah, and we have a video. And I even did like a video like saying that you look like Elvira, because you really did. It looked horrible.
And then I went back to my stylist. I was like,
she's like, what did you do?
I was like, help.
Like, right.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like when
and
you're
that's
tired,
what
like
that,
you do something.
Yeah, that's what actually started my highlight journey, because she stuck bleach all over my entire head, and she bleached it to like a
brownish,
to like a dark brown, and then the highlights started to come through. And I think a couple months later I went back to her again, and she actually put highlights in at that point, and that's when my hair was kind of like dark brown with the blonde highlights starting to come through. And
it was unbelievable.
I think
how
that was in
your
like 2013
went from jet black to where she put the bleach all over. Again, professional. So don't like take what we said and then start pouring bleach over your head if you want to do that. Because I mean, it took a professional
to
do that.
At home.
Yeah, don't try it at home. And when she rinsed it, I could not believe how that red
came out,
how the black was gone, and it looked like normal brown hair.
And almost like highlights already starting to come through. Some parts were lighter, some parts were darker, and then she's like, you know, basically come back in a couple weeks, a month or whatever. She's like, and then we'll put some highlights in, and then from that point, I was able to have, you know, the dark hair and the blonde highlights that actually look blonde. They weren't strawberry blonde. Like that jet black took it out, took all that red out. But
it's time, it's experience, it's multiple visits. And I said to her last night, I said, I think I'm really loving this. I texted her today and I said, I said, love this, and did all the little hearts and the loves and all that, because I do. And
she's good.
And I said, like, how will we remember the next time? And she said, we probably won't. You know, she said this took 2 times, and she said, and you doing some henna, and which she doesn't advise. So I don't know what I'll get the next time, but I am happy. If like you saw me in person or whatever, you still could kind of see at places where it wants to be warm. But thank goodness we are in the season of summer, and it will continually get lighter. I think
I couldn't decide if I wanted to go like darker or lighter. I'm glad I stuck light, because this is just kind of our look right now. I'm not ready to give it up yet. So yeah, I'm glad I just got, because I was like, I didn't know whether I was going to like get the highlights on the top of my head or go and just have her dye it dark completely, like all over.
Then it was funny. This is like on Saturday. Like I always tell you guys, you know, I have the Bumble stick, okay, and I always do this here during the blame game part. She said, well, see, now you're going gray. So she said, so I said, so in other words, you're saying that my hair turned orange because I'm going gray. I said, is there gray all through my hair? Because I know, like, my sister has like gray, like kind of going through her hair, and I always tell you guys, I'm blessed to not be going through that portion of aging right now. The gray all through my head. The gray parts are only right up here at the temple. So I said, so like, let me get this straight, because I have gray hair at my temple, my whole head is suffering for it. So she said, well, I'm just saying that your hair is gray now. So she said, so now the texture is going to be harder to color. So I said, okay, got you.
I mean, as a stylist, like it's got to be nerve-wracking when like you know what your client wants, and then things start going south. So it's like, you know, what do you do? Especially you.
I know,
girl. You said to me in the car, like, you're so easy to please.
I said that.
Because my hair definitely, I thought it was going to be brighter. I really did. But then I actually told him, like, I don't mind this. Like, this is, my hair looks healthy. This is good. Because sometimes when it's too blonde and it's too bright, it looks dry. So I'm like,
make everything
this is okay.
work.
I don't mind this.
You make everything work. You order
then
something in the mail, and it came exploded. Like my Natural United Curls, whatever conditioner came exploded. I got right to writing on the email, like, I want a replacement right away. And when yours was exploded, even like far worse than mine was, I just saw you in the bathroom, pour a little thing, just taking it and just scraping the, I'm like, what are you doing? And you're like, nothing. You said, I'm just trying to put it back into the container. I'm like, girl, you better send that back.
You did. You're like, send an email, get your money back. I'm like, Mom, it's not that deep. Like, I don't really care. I'm like, am I really going to use all this product anyways, just for testing purposes, the video? I'm like, I don't really care. Like, and
then with the highlights, I mean, in all honesty, I felt like yours were just as orange as mine were, but you're like, it's okay, because I got sick of the straw colored like highlights. You're like, I like this, and you start like really like kind of convincing yourself, and it's not like that serious. And when I waited like a few days, like by Monday, like by yesterday, I felt like if she really just kind of like played hardball and said, I'm not doing them again, tough, you should have told me about the henna or whatever, or the gray hair, whatever. Okay, I could have probably have lived with it. Girl, but
it's above you now. It's above me now.
Right there.
I told you, that's the mood. Like, my hair wasn't bright blonde. Like, it's above me now. Like,
I'm like,
whatever.
The color now, I'm loving it. Me and Doggy really look great together in our photo shoots. Yeah. Because we're both orange.
I mean, sometimes things like you got to speak up about, like, your hair was copper, and she was able to fix it.
And when I went in yesterday, she had to say, she looked and she said, oh, like, wow, I see what you're saying. And today, when I thanked her so much for it, I said, I woke up and I'm really loving this. And so she said, you know, I stand by everything I say. And that's what I always said on the channel. I stress it. Yes, it might come off as like kind of like getting your business straight and all that, but sometimes you have to. and I like it. That kind of like validated me yesterday, because she is considered a master stylist. And when I went in there and she started like kind of like looking, she was like kind of like, whoa, like she saw what I meant. How it happened, I didn't know. And that's when we both started. Well, you did this, well, you did that.
You told her, well, you got gray hair. Well, you got henna. Like, well, we didn't use a heater. Like, it was
yeah, yeah. Because normally, like, yeah, she'll sit us under a dryer, and she didn't on Saturday. And yesterday, she said, the sun. The sun. There was a great big glass window. We weren't sitting out in the sun. We were in the office or in the salon, and there was sun. It was extremely sunny on Saturday.
We're just her like high maintenance curly haired customers.
Yeah, we are.
Like,
and bless her heart,
but we love her some Miche.
Bless her heart, because she really has put up with me for definitely well over 15 years.
And then me with my own shenanigans.
Yeah,
like, I have my own shenanigans.
Yeah, when I first brought you to the salon, I'm like, girl, you are not going to ruin my relationship with Christine.
You did. You definitely told me that.
I said, I have been with her for all of at the time, maybe like 10 years or something. And I said, every time we go there, we've got to do a revisit.
No, it was, because I think the first time I wanted my hair burgundy, and it ended up coming out like dark purple or something, because like my hair is really hard to color. Like, I wanted like a really bright red, and my hair, it was just, I think it was something like about the porosity or something. Like, it was not pulling through, and like,
I'm glad she's not one to experiment on everybody's head. You know, like she just sees us all as like experiments, and like, let me try this, let me try that. She's very conservative. So when you wanted your hair purple, she kept saying, I see that. So come stand by the window. I'm like, why should we have to stand by the window to see? Like, we want to bam in your face purple hair, okay? Or like that red hair, like reddish purple, burgundy hair kind of, okay? I see, Laura, don't you see it right here? I'm like, but barely. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, I see
your hair pulled that color though.
It pulled it, but then again, she's not used to probably dealing with women of color. So, and she says that. She said, so she didn't realize I was coming home slapping in castor oil.
Slapping oil in your hair. You pull that color right out.
It was not coming out of the shower, but in pictures, my hair was getting darker and dark. First, it went to a beautiful, vibrant burgundy, and then the next picture,
was what I
it went to less than vibrant burgundy. Then the next one, it went to kind of like a dark brown. Then it went to like
it was like this and this.
Yeah, it really
like
was.
Faded.
I think I did it in November, because my grandfather's birthday, he's since passed on, but at that point I went to his birthday, and his birthday was November 18th, and by January 1st, December 31st, New Year's Eve, before I went to church, my hair was jet black, and I don't know what happened. And when I told her that I was doing the castor oil challenge, I wanted my hair to grow. Well, my hair certainly did grow, but it also took out all of that beautiful, vibrant, beautiful burgundy color. And it was too hard to ever get my highlights back again. I like the burgundy look, but it's like a temporary kind of a thing. I didn't want it permanently. I love this.
I don't remember how you were able to get this. Because mine, I had to go jet black. I don't remember how you...
Because I did go jet black.
Well, actually, yeah, you did. You pulled your color out with oil.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We're done talking now.
We're done.
So, yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns about highlights, the process, I think we're pretty thorough. But if you have any other questions about if you're interested in getting highlights or whatever, any comments you want to make, whatever, leave them in the description box. Girl, where are we?
I don't know.
Comment down below some comments about this. What you think about our highlights? What you thought about this video? Whatever. If you ever gotten highlights or what you got going on in your head right now.
Yes.
All right. So I think that's it.
I think that's it.
All right. So thank you so much for watching this video, and
we shall see you in our next video.
See you in our next video.
Okay. Bye.